National Fire Service, is briefing the media on that incident. So we're bringing you live pictures from that press conference.
Of Fire Service office, and they will help you or direct you to the nearest or the appropriate service provider where you can get it.
Okay, please, how long will it take to detect what caused the fire?
At the moment, I can tell you that investigation officers are on the ground already. They are still continuing with the investigation. If you realize, yesterday this fire started quite late in the night, and we have to work throughout the night. We left here this morning around 5:30. So investigators are back here to do investigations, do a little interview, and to find out the cause. So investigations are still ongoing, and I'm sure when the cause is determined, we will let you know. At the moment, we even have our PRO here on the ground. He's also with them. So if you still want to talk to him, he's also downstairs. You can talk to him.
Okay, my last question. Please, I want to find out when was the last time you came around to check if everything that I'm sure you recommend certain things for them to prevent fires. I want to know the last time you were here to check on those things.
We were here last year. You know, what we do is that fire audits are conducted every 6 months, where we come up with our recommendations and others as to how to safeguard the property. We've been here last year already. We've done our fire audits. We are yet to come in this year. So it's every 6 months. So I think their due date is not yet up. I think a couple of months their due date.
Now, Alice Aite is my colleague here at GHOne News, and she is joining us from Ashford, the depot where that witnessed that incident, fire incident yesterday. Alice, good to have you. We understand the Ashford officials have been briefing the media. What have they been saying?
Okay, Abina, what the officials have been telling us since we came here is that it is not true that they are saying that there are some reports in some sections of the media that the factory has been closed down and that the whole factory got burnt, and they have debunked such assertions, and they are saying that the factory is still operating. They said it's just the curing department, the section in the factory where the foams go through checks for required density and quality control before they are being brought out and sold. So they said it's that section of the factory that caught fire. And they said the fire started at around 8 p.m. But with the prompt response of the fire service, the police and the NADMO, they were able to douse the fire. But they can't tell us the actual amount. They can't quantify how much they have lost in that incident as of now. And that just like you heard a while ago from the fire service person, they said they have commenced investigations into the matter and will soon brief the media on what exactly caused the fire outbreak.
Alice, do we know whether at the time of the fire there were some workers of fire Ashford in that depot?
Yes, there were workers here, but no, there was no casualty. They say everybody was safe, and then some of the workers being held in fighting the fire. But there were workers here, but there was no casualty.
All right. We are grateful for your time, Alice Aite, bringing us those details from Ashford. The officials say they cannot quantify the amount that has been lost in that incident yet. As in when we get that or get more information on that incident, we'll bring it to you right here on GHOne News. Still on a fire-related issue, fire has gutted several stores and a truck at Roman Hill close to the Kumasi Central Market in the Ashanti region. Several shops and goods where thousands of Ghana cedis were destroyed in the fire. The fire reportedly started around 1:30 p.m. on Monday.
Reports indicate that the fire destroyed over 15 other shops.
This is Newsroom on GHOne TV. We take a quick break. We'll be back shortly.
I am a legend. He is a legend.
And he is a legend.
And he is a legend.
I am a legend.
We are legends.
In the midst of legends, I am the host. My understanding of the game is better enhanced as we speak football on GHOne television. Every Friday for 90 minutes of fun-filled discussions right here on this network.
It's the biggest quail experience in Ghana yet. Be part of the Kasapakwel Easter Fun Train with MTN. All roads lead to the Ojianoma Mountains for non-stop entertainment, great food, and good music from your high life legends live from Quail. On Saturday, 15th of April, Kasapa 102.5 FM and Nyakwaba Nyaku Hotel brings you a special high life concert with Ghana's evergreen high life legend, the Iron Boy, Abrantia Amachi Dede, and the Perfect Melodies Band. On Sunday, 16th of April, another outstanding performance from the nation's finest, Hofori Amponsa, aka Pastor Alewa and Bisake De. Share your pictures and videos on social media using @MTN Ghana and hashtag Kasapakwel Easter. Tag friends and family to experience Quail live on MTN 4G. Kasapakwel Easter 2017 experience is brought to you by Kasapa FM and MTN everywhere you go. Sponsors: Club Beer, Crisp, Fresh and truly Ghanaian. Protect the Conda, Alamobitus, Bacchus Energy Drink, Listen God Real Estate, Tama Cosmetics, Extra Time Abase You. Media partner: Star FM, Live FM, GH1 TV, Ago TV, Ago FM, Daily Heritage Newspaper, Ultimate FM, and Abusia FM. Baby, I love.
You're watching the newsroom on GH1 TV. Let's take you back to our earlier story before we went for the break on that fire incident in the Ashanti regional capital, Kumasi. Several shops, we understand, have been destroyed, and items worth thousands of cedis have also been destroyed in that fire incident, which happened yesterday around 1:30 p.m.
Reports indicate that the fire destroyed over 15 other shops before it was put out by the personnel from the Ghana National Fire Service. According to reports, several shoppers and traders who were trapped in the market were rescued by the police. An eyewitness told StarFMOnline.com that the fire started after an electric cable fell when a Kia truck which was unloading mattresses cut through it, causing the cable to catch fire.
Meanwhile, traders are counting their losses in that inferno that ravaged parts of the three-story building near the Kumasi Central Market. Isaac Bediako is our correspondent in Kumasi, and he joins us now with some updates. Isaac, how are traders dealing with this incident?
Well, Abena, I must say the traders are very sad and very angry. Currently, I am at the Manshia Divisional Command Police Station. That is where we have over 60 traders who were victims of fire outbreak. They are here at the police station. They have officially lodged complaint against the latest phone company because their vehicle actually caused the fire outbreak that destroyed thousands of properties at the Kumasi Central Market yesterday. And so I have with me here some of the traders who are currently at the police station waiting for the police command to hear the reason why they are here. And I can also confirm that the MP for Subin constituency, Eugene Antwi, is also here holding meetings with the divisional commander. I will first engage the traders, then we continue with the member of parliament for Subin constituency. Ura, mahusa anopai, munyina mababeshia mu Zongo police station ha. Dia mo kanyina ne se latest phone for enenam soma ejane bae. Anything more per se omoji musika. Adentina mo per se mo chire timoden sa.
Eba cho enye timoden na ene you know em say ye nyina any tua condition em say you kakra nti no ye be say in fact any man as na dawson ye ntimi nka ho sika na emu no onye timoden na ye bo mo say say no wi aso no ayeden nti compensation na ye stamp for say omode ebemaye na nye timoden eso
matese mpanyimfo ne bi ka say we dey accident and a buy adentina mu enti we ase
but accident ye won bebre accident ni bi won ma wuja ka ibi wo so a wuja de cha enyeye se honamu eden ma bi e ma tan bi no mkuta manum ne ade no so je kire bebre ye bank bosia ne nkro ne ba nti no nya de a wuja de cha sa na eye anyesa nke bitimi e de ache se driver no sire no si ba no I said buapaye bi se bobo na mane ya jai o si o sa free ebe chire sa de abufu sa tuka ntire buapaye no de sa de na jai cha enyeyi
nti say bra ka ne ba market no mo traders mo ka chene say onjai isan say ne niam no ekosoro
e ba cho pepepe ne mu na me brother yi on de no sin mu yi pa nton so betimi aka bi mo
na me ka bra e ba sa no den na mo ka che driver na man so a eja wetin ko ba
me friend Sami na me friend Sami na me gina sin ne mo pa ti me stop car no because na adwuma no na me wo mu na me ton mattress na bi e wo honum na emra driver no duro no na won say ahoma bi cross ekwan no electricity ahoma ba e ka chense me ka chemi ankasa me ka chense driver no nsi no be he ahoma no ti osi form be he ahoma no amo hu e na me ka chense ahoma no ebetimi consider danger mattress na odiko ti cat fire mattress na be she ama me kasa chere no sa ti osa wura ka no me se bia obe reverse car no one reverse ti the only thing how obe share was park car na osa money call the right side no the money call na ya ahoma ne touch here ti touch here na a mattress started she was raw.
It's not just say, and I'm saying Mukasa driver ninja when giant in Yadia Mubi Jamanaka.
We the Jamanaka and ye. The last soup, no. Scabia and that baby, na Yakobusian idea, my Yajuma. Oh, on say you are saying, you want column, on to me, Yajumano. A sanity, and me to mattress, to me, city. Oh.
So, Abena, as I speak with you now, Honorable Eugene Entry, who is the MP for Subin constituency, is holding meeting with the divisional commander for Manshia Divisional Police Headquarters. He's inside there holding that meeting with the police management here. So after the meeting, we'll be able to tell what transpired in the meeting. But then what I do know for sure is management of the latest form company have accepted to pay the cost of the fire disaster that happened yesterday at the Central Market.
And interacting with the traders, he mentioned that they want some form of compensation. How much are they looking at?
Well, Ceciano, Muka say, Mupese, you compensation, Mamma. They say, more doors, so Nipa Bay 60. Ubia compensation, a better than yet, you ask us and emotion anymore.
Okay, Sky here anymore, dear, intimate now. Because Ubia was said in normal city.
It's a walk when you're managed to say.
Maybe normal about 8,000 Ghana cedis, yeah. Mattress. That is 80 million.
I know you won't come.
Me normal.
Mamma, also when your man say a share, Nikabe cost by saying.
Nikabe 40 million. He said different.
Now also.
Menema de bebre had obianim so make and the bro make a meeting bank at me system million.
Let us say what the roughest meeting now there.
Abo me doso menema ne doso menema ne je sika dam bag mu kura na ye 4 million di mu 1 million ko fa na maka na 3 million me born for e de to bag nim say ja oba time meet we ni nyina ahye e si a obu 1000 kura nyema and na me be ko school kura me nua be ma na ma na 5 cedi na ma me ba ko bi ja no se me nko obe ma sika to dwane di e din me ma me so ye ya afo me ana me hwe no na o mo aye wa mo ende ni ba bia.
So Abena, you heard the traders.
Yes. Thank you very much. It's good to know that the company, Latest Foam, has accepted responsibility for this incident. We'll see how the development goes in trying to compensate these affected traders. Thank you very much. Isaac Bediako joined us from the Ashanti Regional Capital, Kumasi. We will not disband our party's vigilante groups. That's according to the Acting General Secretary of the governing New Patriotic Party, John Boadu. Vigilante groups associated with the MPP have gone on rampage, taking over state property, attacking the law courts and some government appointees since the party assumed the reins of government. There have been numerous calls for these groups to be disbanded as a result of their perceived violent acts. But speaking on GH today, the Acting General Secretary of the MPP said members of the Invincible and Delta forces are the party's private security groups, insisting the National Security Minister cannot disband them.
That's why we are taking the bold decision, and you are not helping us take the bold decision. You are getting us to come and defend them. We are not defending them. We are making sure the right things are done. If anybody takes the law into his own hands, we'll deal with it.
John, give them up. Give them up. Don't just condemn. Give them up. Give a list of all these people to the police. Let them arrest them.
And that has not been done.
You've done that?
That has not been done.
No, you tell me.
You are talking as if it is something that I sat in my office.
Have you done it?
Call about 20 people that have their names, send them out there to do something. So if there's a problem, I should give the list to the police.
Your own Gary Nimako, who speaks for the MPP, is defending these chaps in court and says they are not the ones who were. They are not the ones who were there.
So what are you
He says they were far away from the scene of the crime. So these are the people not involved.
What are you talking about?
I am saying that a lawyer who represents your party is defending these chaps.
So we shouldn't have lawyers for them. We should go and bring NDC
You're stretching the argument, and you know
I'm
you're
not stretching the argument because the point that somebody is defending them as a lawyer, it's no point that it speaks for us. So we should bring NDC lawyers to defend them.
You tell me.
Yeah, I can't understand. This is a lawyer defending people. It is possible that some of them that has been arrested were not even part of it. It is possible.
Is the party on a collision course with the National Security Minister because he is committed to disbanding these groups? Is there going to be a problem?
Committed to do what?
Disbanding.
How are you going to disband Dazota Boys, Atlantic Base? How are you going to do it?
Withdraw your political support for these chaps. That's how you disband it.
Is he the general secretary of the party or the national?
It means you are not going to withdraw support from them.
I'm saying that these are a group of people that have great utility for the party.
So you're not going to use. You're just
I'm
going to support them.
that have great utility for the party.
You're not answering my question, sir.
I'm answering the question as I must answer. I'm saying that these are youthful people that have great utility for the party. It is about managing and guiding them. It is about guarding them and making sure that you put them to useful uses.
Even though they do lawless things, like you condemn.
No, if they do lawless things, the law will take its route.
But as a general secretary, acting general secretary, you will still support them.
I will still support them. I'll still make sure that they work within our laws. I'll still encourage them and motivate them to be useful citizens of our country because they have a lot of resource and a lot of utility that the party can use for its activity.
Well, the 13 members of the vigilante group Delta Force who were illegally freed by their compatriots are due in court this morning. Eno Safo is with our station Ultimate FM in Kumasi and she has joined us. Eno, what was the ruling of the court?
All right, Abna, I'm currently at Circuit Court 4 here in Kumasi and I can report to you that there was heavy police presence at the court since it was near the headquarters of the police. And the police over the weekend, if you remember, had reinforcements from Accra from the anti-terrorism unit of the Ghana police. Now, let's talk about the court ruling where the Delta Force, 13 members of them were sent to this court this morning. Now, the 13 were part of a group that ransacked the RCC and were later freed by 8 of their members last week who were remanded by a judge yesterday. Now, the ruling of the court was that they are each to pay a fine of 2,400 Ghana cedis and sign a bond of good behavior. And it was presided over by Justice John Mensah. Now, the lawyer for the 13 Delta Force members, lawyer Gary Nimako, pleaded guilty on their behalf, and he asked that the court should tampered justice with Mercy as they were first-time offenders. And the lawyer, the judge, pardon me, Justice John Echo Mensah, said that he had taken it into consideration, the guilty plea by the 13, which also saved the court the time of going through an entire trial. And he also said that he was lenient with them because they were first-time offenders and because they also surrendered themselves to police, and they thereby saved the police the time in going to look for them again. So that's what I can report from Circuit Court 4.
And looking at what happened the last time, the other members of the group stormed the court. Today in court, did we have some supporters of the MPP or other members of the Delta Force to witness proceedings?
We had supporters of the NPP who stormed the court, but they seemed to be calm. They didn't show any sign of being, attacking or any sign of that sort. So they were pretty calm today, of course. Abna.
Thank you very much. Eno Safo is with our sister station Ultimate FM in Kumasi, and she brought us details of what transpired in court when the 13 members of the MPP vigilante group Delta Force were sent to court for hearing. Now, government has been tasked to make strategic investments in information technology or risk perpetuating some optimal business and service models that are financially unsustainable in the long term. Dean of the Graduate School at the Ghana Telecom University, Dr. Ebenezer Malcolm, in an interview with GHOne News, indicated that ICT tools employed within companies help to streamline business processes and improve efficiency, and as such must be given much attention.
The unprecedented explosion of connected devices throughout the world has created new ways for businesses to serve their customers. Technology has played a key role in helping move developing countries towards sustainable growth with innovative solutions that promote the welfare of people in those areas. Dean of Graduate School at the Ghana Telecom University, Dr. Malcolm, underscored the important role technology plays in creating economic stability.
What we are doing here is also giving opportunity for new graduates to be very innovative, to come out with their own enterprises, not to rely on government for job per se. And if you look at most of our students that we have on ground now, some of them are already business-oriented people.
Many technology companies have started initiatives to provide affordable technology to children in developing areas to help bridge the digital divide. These tools have helped improve the quality and access to education.
This is Newsroom on GH1 TV with me, Abena Owusu-Nyameche. We've got business, sports and international news ahead. Do stay with us.
Yo, this is Skip Rich representing for Dancehall. It's your girl McDonald, I'm say yo, Dancehall direct with Mr. Logics to the world. I do know
How does your first wife feel? I just keep it real.
They more like looks too and thing, and then your vibe too.
Yeah.
Don't sell yourself short. Remember your morals and your values.
Alright, Mr. Logics. I don't know dancehall direct. Keep it tuned to your ears. Mr. Logic, see there?
We have play when we have flash. We dash water, put up fire, so we talk over the party.
It sounds weird. It's unthinkable. But I become fond of idiots.
Idiots are nuisance and they are very annoying.
I'm still baffled about what you saw. Was he really the donkey's ghost?
Senna is your bullseye. If you want her, you have to hit with all you have. Why the hell would you think Donkey is dead?
I didn't know you hate him that much to wish him dead.
As I talk to you right now, I am on my knees. Please, help me learn the trade of an idiot. I can't start a new relationship now.
You can't start a new relationship because you're comfortable being humiliated and treated like a boy instead of a man.
And I conclude you need the power of Jesus to break you from that spell.
It was two beautiful ladies fighting over a donkey. I felt so proud. Besides, I'm eager to take you to the psychiatric hospital should you dump me for it.
So you think there's a problem with my mind?
Ask yourself, what would you do if I go on vacation and come back with deep thought and affection for an idiot lady who keeps dominating my life?
The door is ajar and it's an invitation for anyone to walk in.
I am the President of the Republic, duly elected and sworn in. I declare my nephew, Black Boy, the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
You're welcome back. Let's now talk about issues that has got to do with illegal mining. The absence of a certified Chinese interpreter has forced the Secondary High Court to adjourn the hearing of a case involving 5 Chinese and their 5 Ghanaian counterparts who were arrested for illegally mining in River and Cobra on April 24th, 2017. That is when the case has been adjourned to. The illegal miners were arrested in a swoop on 25th March 2017, led by the Western Regional Commander of the Police Service, DCOP Kwesi Duku. Let's now speak to the PRO for the Western Regional Police Command, ASP Olivia Adiku. Good to have you, madam. Tell us, whose duty is it to provide an interpreter for the court?
Currently, they don't have an interpreter, so the police presented the court an interpreter, and the court has agreed to get an interpreter on the next adjourned day.
This case has been in the offing for some time. They were sent to a court and that court declined jurisdiction. Didn't the police anticipate that there will be a need for an interpreter during today's hearing?
The police know, that is why they asked the court to provide an interpreter, because we as peers don't have an interpreter to interpret between the Chinese and the police. So when they were sent to the court, agreed that, okay, if that is the case, we will adjourn the case to the 4th of April, so that by that time we'll be able to provide you with an interpreter to ensure that this process.
And so what happened in this case is that the police presented the side that there's the need for an interpreter, and then the court has asked you to provide one at the next hearing.
Yes.
Okay. What are the charges being preferred against these people?
I think the charges preferred against them is illegal mining, and also activities that are destroying the environment within the Ankobra River.
Okay. And so what is the police seeking from the court, especially with respect to the Chinese nationals?
For now, the case is in court. They've been remanded to appear on 24. With such cases, we don't have much to say. We need to allow the court to conduct its due process to come out with a judgment. So for now, we have to wait to 24 when an interpreter is provided by the court, and the court can start the trial. Then when the case is determined, the court will come out with its judgment.
Thank you for your time, madam. ASP Olivia Adiku speaks for the Western Regional Police Command. We're still staying in the Western region. This time we are speaking to Emmanuel Ohenijana, our correspondent. We understand there's been some clashes between residents and the police in Jomoro. Emmanuel, what can you tell us about this incident?
Yeah, Abna, if listeners or viewers will recall, on the 29th of March this year, an inmate or a suspect who is called Isuabua died in police custody in the Hafasmi police station. This infuriated the residents to vandalize and attack the police station. In view of that, the regional police commander held a number of meetings in the community just to calm nerves. But just a night in the evening, we saw about 300 police officers being addressed at the RDS office in Takoradi, not knowing they were going to Eku and Hafasme to make sure that those who attacked the police will deal with the issue. And so, according to the police, they are not interested in the civil aspect of the case. They are looking at the criminal aspect of the case. They are looking at those who attacked the police station, be able to bring them to book. And so this morning, they went to the community. According to the police, they organized a swoop to arrest those who attacked the police station. In the process, I'm told 50 of them have been arrested currently, and they are on their way to the regional headquarters in Sekendi for proper screening. Some of the residents mentioned to me that they were brutally assaulted and beaten up by the police without any provocation. I even saw a disabled person who even was attacked in the process. And so the residents are not happy with what the police did just this morning. So there is an easy calm in the community as we see, because some of the residents say they thought they had settled the issue with the police, only for them to realize that the police had come back to the community to attack them. And so they are sending signals that when the entire police officers leave and they are left with the local police officers, they will go back and attack them again, which is quite dangerous, Abula.
Emmanuel, and that's the point I was coming to, because I remember when the incident happened, the police said they had calmed tempers and they are looking into how that man died in their custody. Let's talk about the authorities in Jomoro. How are they handling this issue?
Abdullah, they are quite disappointed. They said they felt the police should have at least contacted them and liaised with them so that they will be able to give them information about those who went attacking the police station, rather than to attack innocent people and to beat anybody at all who they come across, which is quite unfortunate. I'm told an old lady has been beaten and she collapsed, and they have sent the old lady to the police station. I cannot confirm that, but that's what some of the residents have mentioned to me.
And so for now, about 50 people, you say, are in police custody?
Yes, they've been arrested. They are in police vans being sent to the regional headquarters for screening.
Thank you very much. We'll touch base with the police later on and bring our viewers more here on GH1 TV. Now, National Chairman of the People's National Convention, Bernard Mona, has described Parliament as the most corrupt institution in the country following the Speaker's ruling. According to Bernard Mona, the work of the special committee set up to probe the alleged bribery of the members of the Appointments Committee was just a charade.
Our Parliament should bow down its heads in shame. The Speaker of Parliament has disappointed many, and what they have done is a clear case of charade to try to throw iron filings into the hands of the Ghanaian and to create the fictitious impression that Parliament has found one of their own guilty and therefore has called on him to apologize, in the words of the Speaker, and go and sin no more. What I think Parliament has done is that ask that individual to go and sin no more, so that Parliament can continue to sin and cause havoc onto our nation and the kind of things that they are doing. As a journalist, go to Parliament, and I can tell you that there are international agreements that are before Parliament as we speak. And if those companies and individuals do not go to put something before Parliament, those agreements do not get passed. They have to wait. And it is obvious knowledge to many Ghanaians and civil society organizations.
Member of Parliament for the Boku Central Constituency, Mahama Yariga, was charged with contempt for making unfounded bribery allegations against the chairman of the Appointments Committee, Joe Osei-Wusu, the Energy Minister, Boachie Ejako, and the Minority Chief Whip, Muntaka Mubarak. A special committee, chaired by Joe Gatti, was constituted by the Speaker of Parliament to investigate the matter. The committee, after its investigations, concluded that Ayarige's claim that Joe Osei-Wusu was used as a conduit by the Minister for Energy to distribute a 3,000 cedis bribe to minority members on the Appointments Committee to facilitate Mr. Ejako's approval after his vetting was baseless, and thus found him guilty of contempt of Parliament. But this, according to the National Chairman of the People's National Convention, Bernard Mona, was just to create the impression that Parliament is not corrupt.
How come that you set up a committee And the committee did not invite all those who collaborated the story and only invited Ayerga against those other persons whose names have come as accused. So you had about 3-4 persons whose testimony was against Ayerga and not the many who said that the story was true. And now when they took the matter to court, all the Speaker of Parliament could ask is come and apologize. And when he apologized, you tell him to go and sin no more. We will accept the deception of Parliament that Ayerga has sinned against Parliament by revealing to the whole world that Parliament is a corrupt institution. But we fail to be blindfolded by the House that they are not corrupt.
And that's Bernard Mona, the chairman of the PNC. Let me remind you of our top stories today on Newsroom. Fire ravages foam manufacturing company Ashfoam. The company says that depot hasn't been closed, contrary to media reports. We took you to Kumasi and heard from some traders day after fire ravaged their shops, and we understand latest foam company said it has accepted responsibility. We bring you business where 6 African countries review their economic performances in order to grow their GDP. Later in sports, former Black Stars striker Ibrahim Tanko promises to give 100% support to coach Akwesi Appiah if given the nod to become his assistant. We've got more stories for you. The Polytechnic Teachers Association has described as unfortunate the decision by the National Council for Tertiary Education in declaring their positions as acting officials. At a press briefing, accused the Education Minister, Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, for condoning the arbitrary violations of the Technical Universities Act.
The POTAG National Chairman also accused the Education Minister of deliberately avoiding to meet POTAG, but makes time to meet NCTE anytime they request to meet him.
The NCTE has a hidden agenda and hence resorted to a deliberate feed-dragging strategy to frustrate the transition process and destroy the very fine idea of technical university introduced by the previous government.
The press conference was attended by executives of all 8 technical universities and 2 polytechnics at Takoradi Technical University.
Now, the Ghana Water Company Limited has begun an electronic billing system to phase out the old system where customers were given hard copies of their water bills. Customers will now receive their water bills via SMS or their mobile phones, via SMS on their mobile phones and through their email addresses. The new billing system is expected to take place this month in Tema and its environs.
It will be recalled that the Ghana Water Company Limited, GWCL, introduced an electronic billing system last year to replace the old paper system on a pilot basis in the Tema region. The new electronic system will calculate the water consumption instantly and automatically send to customers the corresponding bills via text messages and emails. Speaking in an interview with the news team in Accra, the head of PR at the GWCL, Stanley Mate, indicated that hard copies of the bills will still be distributed alongside the electronic bills for the first 3 months of the exercise.
Meter readers have been provided with Android devices now, just like our cell phone, okay, so that when they have to come into your premises and then take the GPS location of your meter. And because we have data of our customers, including their GPS location, when they get there to take the GPS location, it goes into the system and brings out the details of the customer. Then this thing can be inputted, the meter readings can be inputted. So they take a snapshot of the meter and then they input it for clarification.
He added officials had put in place stringent measures to make the system foolproof.
If there should be any interruption, it's going to indicate on the system, and then we'll have it blocked. So all security arrangements have been put in place, and we are very sure that everything is running very fine. But as human as everybody is, we want to run both systems for a while, so that when the organization is sure, and then the customer is also sure that everything is fine, then we'll fade out the paper system.
Now, water treatment has shot up from 4 Ghana cedis per litre to 8 Ghana cedis. The situation has largely been attributed to effects of galamsey and illegal fishing activities.
Heavy pollution of water bodies across the country due to illegal mining activities have in recent times made water treatments very expensive. Ghana Water Company officials say they have had to shut down their water treatment plant several times due to galamsey activities and illegal fishing.
We have had to shut down severally to service our equipment, because especially with areas where they've been polluted by galamsey operations or alluvial mining, the water is mixed up with sand and stone particles. And our equipment are not manufactured to abstract stone particles, so they affect them.
Stanley Mate also indicated that it will cost the country a fortune to dredge and clean the rivers and water bodies that have been heavily polluted before treatment with chemicals.
Looking at the rate of pollution, if nothing is done now, there's a possibility that in the very near future, Ghana may have to import water into the system, because almost every river body now in Ghana is under threat, is seriously polluted. Even the Volta River that we see to be less polluted in the country is now under threat, because all the tributaries now are under siege via galamsey operations, and the Volta River itself is also facing a serious threat.
He decried the level of destruction caused by the galamsey activities and warned if pollution does not stop immediately, tariffs for water consumption could go up as production cost keeps increasing.
The Progressive People's Party has given the NPP government a 3-month ultimatum to end illegal mining, also known as galamsey, or else it will be compelled to drag government to the International Criminal Court for crimes against humanity. At a news conference at the party's headquarters in Accra, PPP National Chairman Ni Aloteburu Hammond says the time has come for President Akufo-Addo to walk his numerous talks of dealing with the menace.
The party's demands follow mounting pressure on government to end illegal mining that is polluting the nation's water bodies and destroying the vegetative cover. The Ghana Water Company has shut down many of its water treatment plants because of the condition of the water bodies. However, at a news conference at the party's headquarters in Accra, the PPP says it wants frantic actions from the Nanado-led NPP government to end illegal mining in 3 months. The party emphasized that government's failure to meet their deadline will leave them with no option than to pursue the matter at the International Criminal Court. Policy advisor of PPP, Kofi Asamoah-Siao, explained that the panacea to the illegal activity lies with the president, who should, as a matter of urgency, declare war on galamsey.
It's not to come and say it is complex, and the reason why they say it's complex is because they know their party members who are involved. That is the definition of complexity. Otherwise, it's not complex at all. Haven't you heard horrible stories of Ghanaians who were arrested back in China for cocaine deal here and there? And
are we dealing with a problem, or we are paying back?
No, we are dealing with the problem. But it's illegal thing they are doing. It's not payback at all. Look, there should be no emotions about it. The people are I come from Akemodan. When I was growing up, I saw the river, the base, the river bed with rocks there, clean from top, maybe 50 meters down. Now it's complete madness, or mud. Yes, that you see, nothing. It's dwindling. It's becoming like a gutter. The whole river brim, Pra, is becoming like a gutter. So who should tell us that we are under threat? We are under an invasion. The first solution to this problem is to round up all these Chinese and take them away.
Even though Lands Minister Peter Amau, has served a 3-week notice to Galamsey operators to stop their activities or be prosecuted. The PPP insists the directive will yield no results. The PPP again demanded the disbandment of all vigilante groups in the country, including the Delta Force in Kumasi, with immediate effect.
If you can't punish these people, can you come and punish me when I steal somebody's 1,000? Or when I steal my mother's fowl? Or what? Who would you want to punish?
So what exactly are you calling for that should be done immediately?
The president of Ghana, this matter can only be solved by the president.
How does he go about it?
He's the one in charge. If IGP will not move, if army commander will not move, if the minister for national security will not move, if BNI director will not move, if CID regional commanders will not move, who else will move?
But the IGP is working.
He's not working.
The IGP is in Kumasi. A special force is in Kumasi.
To go to Kumasi. Why? Otherwise, what is the use of his regional commander? He doesn't need to go to Kumasi. He should just order the regional commander. If he fails, he must fire him. And if the president, the IGP fails, the president must fire the IGP.
Up next is business news.
For 2 months, building in this country is too difficult.
Don't worry, the National Investment Bank We Pay for Your Dream scheme can help you finance your building project.
Listen, NIB gave me cement, iron rods, roofing sheets, and other materials to finish my building.
NIB can also help you purchase your home appliances, your mobile phones, and your motorbikes.
You don't even need to have an NIB account to benefit from the NIB We Pay for Your Dream scheme. No.
Just visit any NIB branch with a valid national photo ID card. And the best part is, all purchased products are at no interest.
Call NIB now on 050-145-1050.
National Investment Bank. Your business is our business.
And the business segment is brought to you by National Investment Bank, your business, our business. Now, 6 African countries have been selected for an in-depth review of their performance of their respective economies by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The 6 countries, including Ghana, are expected to share ideas on how to transform their economies to an industrial one with a gross domestic product worth trillions of dollars by the year 2030.
For the next 2 days, 6 African countries, including Ghana, Rwanda, Tanzania, Burkina Faso, Uganda, and Zambia, will be locked up in 2-day meeting to share ideas as to how best to revamp their respective economies. Key issues to be discussed include practical steps that can be taken by African countries to raise and use resources to sustain growth and development. Ghana and Tanzania have been identified as major recipients of volumes of external development finance over the years. In 2016, Ghana passed the new Public Financial Management Law to integrate all financial regulations and promote discipline, transparency, and accountability. Director of Country Engagement and Operations at the Africa Center for Economic Transformation, Edward Brown, says it is about time that government structured public expenditure to promote accountability.
First, you need to have that vision that you want to increasingly reduce your dependency on official development assistance. It's important. But then that's not enough. In other words, what are you doing to really reduce that dependency and have a better control over your own domestic resource mobilization? And that's where the rubber hits the road, where governments need to be more strategic. They need to look at a number of variety of issues relating to domestic resource mobilization, particularly the whole issue of property taxes, municipal taxes, all those things that would help to enhance revenue at the local and national level.
The Global Finance Development Agenda 2030, which aims at how countries can move from billions to trillions in a World Bank initiative, and according to Advisor of Financing for Development at the World Bank, David Kuchpa, Ghana is on target.
Well, I think the whole billions to trillions concept doesn't just come out of nowhere. I think it's also based on the experience of Ghana in the last 10 years, 15 years, where the government and private sector have shown that they are able to create an alignment with each other that can help additional private finance flows to flow into your economy and be used for investments in sustainable development.
Let's check out the latest in the world of sports. Here's our sports news.
Former Black Stars and King Faisal striker Ibrahim Tanko says he will give Black Stars head coach Kwesi Appiah his 100% if he is given the opportunity to serve as an assistant coach of the Black Stars. Tanko worked with German Volker Finke as an assistant of the Indomitable Lions from 2013 to October 2015 and has been linked with the Black Stars assistant job, and he believes when he is given the assistant role job, he will support Coach Kwesi Appiah to the maximum to succeed.
I think if he comes, he needs our support, not only me, the whole Ghana. And if I had a chance to work with him, I can only give him my 100% support.
In the Ghana Premier League, Accra Hearts of Oak board member Frank Nelson is confident the Phobians are on course to win this season's league after recording their first win against Ash Gold on Sunday by beating them by a lone goal.
For the past 8 years, Accra Hearts of Oak has not won an important trophy. So
Added that the security forces had used some kind of toxic gas in an attempt to force him and his family out of there. Mr. Lungu and the security forces had commented on the allegations. Mr. Hichilema lost to Mr. Lungu last year in a tightly contested election which was marred by allegations of rigging. South Africa's ex-president Thabo Mbeki has called on MPs of the governing African National Congress to act in the interest of voters rather than their party during the next week opposition-sponsored motion to oust the scandal that hit President Jacob Zuma. Mr. Mbeki's call is bound to incur the wrath of Mr. Zuma's supporters who have vowed to defeat the motion during a parliamentary vote. Mr. Mbeki said in an article that MPs should be the voice of the people and not the voice of the political parties to which they belong. He added that the current controversy may have given South Africa an